All right. Hey guys. Welcome to the wagersimple.com sports betting tracker. If you're watching this, you maybe already bought the tracker, you're using it, or you stumbled upon it and you're interested in it. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through what it is, how to use it, etc. In the tracker itself, here I've got it pulled up. You're going to find a README tab. That's the first tab, followed by a totals tab, and then other category tabs. We're going to start with the README. Straightforward. Let's just kick off a little discussion on why you should track your wagers. Anyone, casual or serious, should be tracking your wagers. You don't want to just be betting off the cuff. You're probably going to lose money that way. You're probably going to wager more than you should be that way. You need to have a strategy, and having a strategy requires tracking that strategy. So you can see your trends, your strengths, your weaknesses. That's why the tracker exists. Sports betting platforms, they're going to make it tough to track your wagers. They're not going to organize it maybe the way you want to, by sport, by bet type, by time period. It's often kind of hard to even find old wagers in a lot of the sports betting apps. I used to use an offshore website where you couldn't even see wagers beyond 30 days. So if you're not tracking them personally, then that data is gone if you didn't record it in real time. So keep that in mind. That's why this tracker is here. So you can get a hold of what you're wagering. Good rule of thumb, too. Before you log into your sports betting app or website, whatever, at least, have an idea of what you want to wager. Because the second you log in, you're going to get hit with boost, promos, same game parlays, other sports, the big game tonight. There is distraction everywhere. And tracking things off book helps limit that. Don't get distracted, okay? And the same goes, it goes for the sports books, their apps, and it also goes for their official partner tracking apps too. You're going to have distractions there. There's some good trackers out there that are sort of official partners, but they're also going to have ads and promos and, watch the game live, track the live scores. You're going to get caught up. So I like to just keep things simple, wager simple. That's why it's called Wager Simple. Simple tracking system, off book. Okay, using the tracker. There's a totals tab, and then there's category tabs. The category tabs filter data up to the totals tab, which acts as the dashboard. And we'll show that in a second. There's a link to this video in the README here. And then you can just check out, the YouTube. I'll probably have other videos, maybe talk some wagering there at WagerSimple on X. Email me, wagersimple@gmail.com, if you have questions, comments, feedback, or just want to talk sports. Okay, then maybe one final thing before we flip over to the totals tab. The Wager Simple sports betting tracker uses units. And I recommend you should be using units too. If you don't know what a unit is, it's about 1 to 3% of your bankroll. Simple math. If your bankroll is $100, 1% is $1. 3% is $3. That means you're probably trying to win 1 to 3 units with every wager you make. So you wager according to that. Maybe you're risking between 1 and 2 units typically at most on each wager. I've set this up via units. I have not locked most of this tracker though, so you can customize it. But I recommend you stick with units, and I'll show you kind of some of the other ways you can customize things outside of that. Okay, let's jump over. Wager smart, have a strategy, stick to a budget, all that good stuff. Wager simple. Keep it simple. I like to keep it simple. I've input my personal data into my version of the tracker. I use this tracker every day. That's why I wanted to open it up, because I've found it useful for the last 3.5 years. Okay, so in the totals tab, these are your high-level metrics. you will see your total winnings here. This is net units won. So this is pretty good. 3.5 years, I'm almost plus 270 units. That's great. You'll see winning percentage, win loss, a table for win loss, and then your winnings via units by sport. I have the category set up as sports. I'll show you in a second, though. You can change that if you'd like. So just some great visuals. But again, are you plus or minus money? This is the metric that matters. Win percentage, there's some nuance there. You might bet futures. You might hedge off of things. You might sort of intentionally not lose wagers, but just know some wagers are going to lose that you're betting against. So winning percentage is cool to see just for general like analysis, but just focus on that total winnings. Okay, scrolling down, you're gonna see, so here, this sort of filters up to these, but these are the line item high level takeaways for each of these tabs. So you'll see the totals for I have the tracker set up by sport. Sport is my category, but again, you can customize this. None of this is locked. Say you really just bet the NBA. So you can use the entire tracker just to track your NBA wagers. And maybe this just becomes NBA, and then this becomes 2024, 2025, 2026, etc. Customize it. Do it however you like. If you do that, just remember to rename the tabs to the years if you want to track one sport in the tracker by season or year. So you can customize it. I like these sports. You'll notice too, there's an other tab. Other in, the way that I wager is kind of like Olympics. That's every 4 years or every 2 years, winter and summer. So there's not as many bets there. Maybe golf. I don't bet a lot of golf, but I created a golf tab because I might start betting it more. Maybe that falls under other for you. Customize this the way you want. It doesn't have to be this many tabs. I'll show you. I started to put together an example of just doing it by year. You could have 3 years, or 3 sports, whatever you want to do. Your call there. So you'll see winnings for each sport, winning percentage, win-loss, the total of your plays. Look at this. You can get some interesting data. Say you want to filter this. Select the whole section, data, sort range by total plays. See, what you're wagering the most on. Select that column, which is column F. Z to A, highest to lowest. Look at this, 290 plays in men's college basketball. I bet a lot of college basketball. So, filter this however you want. Change it up just to look at different things. Winning percentage, total units won, wins, whatever. Average wager. This gives you an idea of how much you're risking each wager. Good to know. Keep this. This is a little high for me. Keep this in the 1 to 3 range. And the reason this is high is because 2 years ago, I was not betting based on units. I was betting more than I should have been. But I put that data in here to see just how much I was betting. And it was more than I should be. So I've been getting this number down, which is good. Quick sip of coffee. Okay. Median odds. I like a median here rather than just a straight average for odds, because futures, you could have a plus 2,000 future. You don't want to average that with a minus 110 money line. That doesn't really tell you much. Futures parlays are going to be high odds. So I take a median for the odds. And let's click over to an actual tab so you can kind of see more of what I'm talking about. MLB. Okay, there's lots of data in here. I've been betting a lot in 2024 on Major League Baseball. You will see, let's just scroll back to the top, kind of zoom in a little bit. Okay, I just want to focus what the categories are. Date, type, units wagered, odds, details. Write whatever you want here. However you want to be able to reference back to the wager. I keep it pretty high level. Winnings. This is net. This is your profit or loss. If you bet $10 to win $10, and $10 is your unit, this is a 1. This isn't a 2. It's not $20. It's not 2. You only won 1 unit. So keep that in mind. Win, loss. Those are the categories. Keep straightforward. None of this is locked. Type whatever you want in here. You can, customize this. Do it however you want. If you're new to kind of betting via units, you'll find, let me scroll to recent betting because that's where I've been actually using my unit strategy. Okay, here's a great one. Phillies money line. This won. That's great. It won 1 unit. It was a minus 110 odds. Well, how many units do you have to bet to win 1 unit on a negative 110 odds? 1.1 units. You'll kind of see how things go if you're not used to betting units. Negative 145 odds. You need to wager 1.45 to win 1 unit. Bring the calculator out if you need it, but you'll get used to betting via units pretty quickly if you're doing this consistently. Okay, so these stats, and I'll flip back to the main template. These stats, they're gonna pull up to the totals, these line items, customize them however you want. I will note, let's look at golf, for example. I will give you the tracker with just a generic 1 line item with some numbers in here, just because if everything is, and most of these can just stay as 0 until you actually have a wager, but you'll see the win percentage, you can't divide 0 by 0 in Google Sheets. Unfortunately, it's going to give you an error. So just to make things look pretty, you'll just see an example line item here before you start to put in actual stats. But fill this out, backdate it, put some of your wagers that you've been making and have been tracking in here to start to see things change. And you'll get, similar to all these metrics that are on the totals tab and that dial up to this, your key metric, winnings, total winnings. You'll see you can just look at each tab as well to get all of these. You just don't have the tables in here. You can add some tables, add charts, add whatever you want, add tabs. None of these formulas are locked. If you mess things up, let me know. If you get lost, let me know. Customize it, personalize it, wager simple, have fun with it. Don't lose your shirt. Okay. Remember, this Read Me tab is here. Hope you enjoy it. Get in touch, wagersimple.com. Shoot me an email, wagersimple@gmail.com, and at wagersimple on X. Here to help. Happy wagering.